Because that's
So,
not representative of what I said.
so again, like you may even have issue with some of the things that I remove, but I'm going to remove those things because I'm tired of having the same conversation over and over and over again. I'm tired of things being half done. Just get them all the way done. I'm tired of clothes being left out on top of. Just put them away. It becomes frustrating. It becomes overwhelming. And so your question was like, why can't I close the door? And so for you, for me, the reason why is that it doesn't go away when I close the door. It's still there. And if I'm aware that it's there, then it needs to be dealt with. And so my question for you then becomes, why can you just close the door? Why can you just close the door and keep it moving and not address it, not tend to it? It's almost like out of sight, out of mind. And for me, again, that leads to a bigger systems issue, which ultimately ends up in a breakdown in the laundry room looking like it looked 4 or 5 weeks ago. And that's what I'm trying to avoid by tackling it in the moment, reminding them of what the steps are, what the system is, and being clear about what the expectation, and then also elevating the consequence and following through on it when it's not met. And so, you say, why can't I overlook? It's because of that. Like, I'm not trying to get back to where it was before because that's just going to cause extra frustration, which then impacts us. And I'm not trying to have us impacted, which impacts me. And I'm trying to be impacted in that type of way. And so the way that it looks right now and the way it's when I'm dealing with it in the moment or frustrated in the moment, it's like at a 3. I'm not trying to get to a 10 in terms of frustration. Mm-hmm. And that whole piece around falling back, I'm not saying that you don't fall back. And I'm not saying that you're putting me in a position where you're challenging me so that I have to fall back. What I'm saying is that I'm choosing to fall back. Not like there's this, like you're coming at me in a particular way where I need to fall. No, I'm choosing to fall back to manage my stress.
Mm-hmm. So what's your question?
My question is, why is it that you can close the door?
Because I'm flexible. I'm flexible. I know how to pick my battles because I'm flexible. I'm flexible. I know how to pick my battles. So, sweetheart, you said that our children are good kids. They're good on their socializing and their academics and all the things. Young people will not perform up to par, on point all the time. They just will not do it. It's not actually normal. And if a kid is really on point with all the things, I get a little curious about, are they perfectionists or, do they not know that it's okay to not have everything all together all the time? But more than anything, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it all comes out in the wash. Everything gets handled. So what I mean by that is, the whole laundry room thing, that was, like you said, that was a level 3 because it wasn't really a big deal. It wasn't a whole lot wrong in the laundry room. It was a little teeny pile over in the teeny-o in the corner. So
my response was a level 3.
So not to me. Your response was disproportionate to what was happening because it impacted you and your mood for the rest of the evening. So much so that we were getting ready to watch something on television as we normally do.
That's a different comment. That's a different topic.
He's sitting, he comes in the bedroom, sits on the bed, and then turns the light off like it's time to go to sleep. First of all, I've told my husband multiple times, please don't do that because you sound almost like you're talking to a child. I am not the one. But we'll come back to that another day. And then, obviously it impacts our ability to just hang out and connect in the evening. So my thing is, it's not that you can't get feedback. It's not that you can't. I will see that and then come and say, hey, you need to go and check out blah, blah, blah. If they're all saying, no, it's not me. No, it's not me. I'll just say, Keena, go in there and clean that up. But it wasn't me. Okay, I don't know who it was. Just go do it. Right? I might say that in that moment. I might say that later on in the evening. I might say it the next day. It's not like sitting on my spirit so that I have to have it resolved right now. And I feel like you have that kind of it needs to happen now type of energy a lot of times. And it's a personal problem to me. And that's fine. You can have that problem. But for me, it's not that I'm not addressing things. I do not address them to the degree that you do as much as you do. there are certain things that are your area when it comes to the kids around chores and tasks. You really do lead in that area. However, it's not as if you're by yourself, but I'm not riding them in the same way. I am allowing for flexibility. Even what you talked about in terms of taking stuff out of the young person's room, the young person, our child's room. I know who you're talking about. I don't never have no problem with that. It's almost like you like to make up a story in your mind that, you know, I know you're probably going to have a problem with it. You're not going to like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I don't care as much as you do. I absolutely know and believe that children need structure. Structure and guidance and parameters, and they get that from both of us. I don't not think that that's important. I think that the degree to which you want everything lined up, a lot of times, it's just not. That's not valuable to me. It's just not. I mean, you can look at my side of the room and your side of the room, and you see that answer. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't think there's a right or wrong. And I think that the failure of couples, the failure of you, and me, even at times, is thinking that one way is the right way or the wrong way. There are all kind of households, and there are all kind of judgments people make around, oh, you know, I need things to be like this. Things need to be in place, and that's the way a house should be, and whatever. And other people who are much more casual with it, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no right or wrong. There's a preference. You have one preference. I have one preference. You were raised a certain way. I was raised a certain way. At the end of the day, do I feel like my kids or our kids are going to, you know, go off in life and not be able to handle washing their clothes? No, it's not that motherfucking serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got it. They all do it. They all wash their clothes. They all dry them. They all put them away. They all do the things they need to do to take care and manage themselves. It's just that you have